you'll be taking your train back to the dear old Broadway tomorrow night, won't you?
Tomorrow night? Where'd you get that?
A little bird told me.
You better give that bird the bird. By the end of the week is the right dope. Phil got his dates mixed.
He didn't tell me. He was too drunk to remember anything.
He was sober when I told him. I called up the executors when we reached the inn after leaving here. They said the estate would be out of probate within a few days. I told Phil the glad tidings and bought drinks for all and sundry. There was quite a celebration. Funny Phil wouldn't remember that.
It is funny.
Well, he's due to the ears. That always explains anything. Only, sometimes it doesn't.
No, sometimes it doesn't.
Phil certainly has a prize bun on tonight. He's never taken a punch at me before. And that drivel he talked about owing me one. What got into his head, I wonder?
How would I know? You don't?
Well, I don't. Not unless... Well, I remember I did try to get his goat. Simpson sat down with us. Harder sent him to see. You remember after Harder left here that I said the joke was on you, that you'd made this place a gold mine. Well, I was kidding. But I had the right dope. What do you think he told Simpson to offer? 10 grand. On the level, Josie.
So you accepted?
I told Simpson to tell Harder I did. I decided the best way to fix him would be to let him think he got away with it, and then when he comes round tomorrow morning to drive me to the executor's office, I'll tell him what he can do with himself, his bankroll, and tin oil tanks.
So that's the truth of it?
Of course, I did it to Kid Phil, too. He was right there listening. But I know I didn't fool him.
Maybe you did fool him for once. But I don't know.
And that's why he took a swing at me? Well, if so, it's one hell of a joke on him. But all the same, I'll be good and sore, Josie. I promised this place wouldn't be sold except to him. What the hell does he think I am? He ought to know I wouldn't double-cross you and him for 10 million.
Don't I know? Oh, Jim, darling, I knew you never. I told him. Oh, Jim, I love you.
Thanks, Josie. I mean, for not believing I'm a rotten louse. Everyone else believes it, including myself, for a damn good reason. I'm a fool to let this stuff about Phil get under my skin, but why, I remember telling him today I'd even written my brother and got his okay on selling the farm to him. And Phil thanked me. He seemed touched and grateful. You wouldn't think he'd forget that.
I wouldn't indeed. There's a lot of things he'll have to explain when he comes back at Sun. When he comes back. That damned old schemer, I'll teach him to tack like a fool.
You get out the old club, eh? What a bluff you are, Josie. You and your lovers, Messalina, when you've never...
You're a liar!
Pride is the sin by which the angels fell. Are you going to keep that up with me?
You think I never? Because no one would? Because I'm a great...
Nuts! You could have had any one of them. You kidded them till you were sure they wanted you. That was all you wanted. And then you slapped them groggy when they tried for more. But you had to keep convincing
Jim,
yourself.
don't.
You can take the truth, Josie. From me. Because you and I belong to the same club. We can kid the world, but we can't fool ourselves like most people do, no matter what we do. Nor escape ourselves, no matter where we run away. Whether it's the bottom of a bottle or a South Sea island, we'd find our own ghosts there, waiting to greet us, sleepless, with pale commemorative eyes, as Rossetti wrote. The old poetic bull, eh? Crap. You don't ask how I saw through your bluff, Josie. You pretend too much. And so do the guys. I've listened to them at the inn. All they do is lie to each other. No one wants to admit that all he got was a slap in the puss when he thinks a lot of other guys made it. You can't blame them. And they know you don't give a damn how they lie, so...
For the love of God, Jim, don't!
Phil is wise to you, of course. But although he knew I knew, he would never admit it until tonight.
He admitted it, did he? Wait till I get a hold of him.
He'll never admit it to you. He's afraid of hurting you.
He is he? Well, for God's sakes, can't you shut up about him?
Oh, all right. I just wanted to clear things up is all, for Phil's sake as well as yours. You have a hell of a license to be sore. He's the one who ought to be. Don't you realize what a lousy position you've put him in with your Brazen Trollop Act?
No, he doesn't care, except to use me in a scheming
Don't be a damn fool. Of course he cares. And so do I. I care, Josie. I love you.
Do you, Jim? Do you? Then I'll confess the truth to you. I've been a crazy fool. I am a virgin. Now you'll never, and I want you to more than ever because I love you more than ever after what's happened. But you will. To hell with your honorable scruples. I know you want me to. I couldn't believe it until tonight, but now I know. It's in your kisses. Oh, you great fool. As if I give a damn what happens after. I've had tonight and your love to remember for the rest of my days. Oh, Jim, darling, haven't you said yourself there's only tonight? Come. Come with me. But I'll have to make you leave before sunrise. I mustn't forget that.
Sure thing, kiddo. What the hell else do you suppose I came for? I've been kidding myself. You're the goods, kid. I've wanted you all along. Love? Nuts. I'll show you what love is. I know what you want, bright eyes. Come on, baby doll, let's hit the hay.
Don't, Jim. Jim, I'm not a whore.
What the hell? Was I trying to rape you, Josie? Forget it. I'm drunk. Not responsible.
Jim.
Don't cry. No harm done. You stopped me, didn't you? Must have drawn a blank for a while. Nuts. Cut the faking. I knew what I was doing. But it's funny. I was seeing things. That's the truth of it, Josie. For a moment, I thought you were that blonde pig. The old heebie-jeebies, hair of a dog. I'll have another shot.
Pour the whole bottle down your throat, only stop talking.
You can't forgive me, eh? You ought to. You ought to thank me for letting you see. Well, here's how. That's a nightcap. Our moonlight romance seems to be a flop, Josie. I guess I better go.
Yes, you better go. Good night.
Not good night. Goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, but I won't see you again before I leave for New York. I was a damned fool to come tonight. I hoped... But you don't get it. How could you? So what's the good?
Jim.
Whore? Who said you were a whore? But I warned you, didn't I, if you kept on? Why did you have to act like one, asking me to come to bed? That wasn't what I came here for. And you promised tonight would be different. Why the hell did you promise that? If all you want is what all the others want. If that's all love means to you. Christ. I don't mean that, Josie. I know how you feel. And if I could give you happy. But it wouldn't work. I'd poison it, for myself and for you. I've poisoned it already, haven't I? But it would be 1,000,000 times worse after. No matter how I tried not to, I'd make it like all the other nights, for you too. You'd lie awake and watch the dawn come with disgust, with nausea retching your memory, and the wine of passion poets blab about, a sour aftertaste in your mouth of dago red ink.
Oh, Jim, don't. Please don't.
You'd hate me and yourself. Not for a day or two, but for the rest of your life. Believe me, kid, when I poison them, they stay poisoned.
Goodbye, Jim.
Josie. Bye. I'll find it hard to forgive, too. I came here asking for love, just for this one night, because I thought you loved me. Nuts. To hell with it.